Rain poured heavily over the city, washing away the day's heat and filling the streets with a cold, metallic scent. Standing by the window of her apartment, Clara Hayes stared at the blurred reflection of her own face. Her eyes burned, not from the sleepless nights she had endured, but from the betrayal that had shattered her world. Clara had once believed in love, trusted it with all her soul. She gave everything to Daniel Carter, her boyfriend of 4 years, her time, her dreams, her loyalty. They had spoken of marriage, of building a future together. Yet, all of that turned to ashes when she discovered he had been cheating on her with her best friend, Lena. The discovery was cruel, accidental. Clara had arrived at Daniel's house one evening, carrying dinner in her brightest smile, only to find Lena's scarf on the couch and Daniel's guilty expression telling her everything. The world had stopped spinning. In that moment, something inside her broke, but Clara didn't scream, didn't cry in front of them. Instead, she smiled, turned away, and walked out. That night, she promised herself one thing: Daniel and Lena would pay. Over the next few weeks, Clara transformed her pain into quiet determination. She worked silently, studying their weaknesses. Daniel was ambitious but careless with money. Lena was obsessed with attention, easily manipulated by praise and envy. Clara had known them both for years, every flaw, every insecurity. Now, she would use that knowledge like a weapon. She started with Daniel. Clara created a fake identity online, posing as a wealthy investor. She dangled promises of funding in front of him, hinting at opportunities that could make him rich overnight. Daniel, greedy and desperate for success, fell into the trap without hesitation. Clara fed him just enough money to make it believable, and soon, he was caught in her web, investing his own savings into a business deal that didn't exist. While Daniel sank deeper, Clara turned her attention to Lena. She planted subtle seeds of jealousy, whispering through anonymous messages that Daniel was losing interest, that he was meeting someone else. Lena's insecurity grew like wildfire. Clara leaked fake photos of Daniel with other women, edited with perfection. Lena confronted Daniel again and again, driving cracks into their relationship. The sweet irony tasted better than Clara had imagined. 3 months later, Daniel's world began to collapse. The investor vanished, taking all his money with her. His debts piled high, his credit cards maxed out. Clara watched from a distance as the man who once mocked her for being too cautious with money now begged his parents for help. Meanwhile, Lena's paranoia destroyed whatever trust remained between them. She screamed, accused, and wept, while Daniel tried to convince her he was loyal. But Clara knew better. Trust, once broken, never heals. The final act of her revenge came at a charity gala, one Daniel had forced his way into, hoping to network with potential saviors for his failing finances. Clara arrived looking breathtaking, dressed in a sleek black gown that shimmered under the lights. She caught Daniel's stunned gaze across the room. "Clara," he stammered when he finally approached her. She smiled politely. "Daniel, it's been a while." Beside him, Lena stood tense, glaring. Clara leaned closer, her voice soft but sharp. "I hope the two of you are enjoying everything you took from me." Daniel's throat tightened. He wanted to explain, to apologize, but Clara's calm, confident smile silenced him. Around them, whispers spread. Rumors Clara herself had started. People murmured about Daniel's debts, his failed projects, his messy personal life. In one evening, his reputation crumbled. Lena, humiliated by the attention, stormed out. Daniel chased after her, but Clara knew it was useless. The empire of lies they built on her broken trust was collapsing, and she had lit the fire. Later that night, Clara returned to her apartment. She stood once more by the window, rain streaking the glass. But this time, her reflection was different, stronger, colder. Revenge hadn't erased the betrayal, nor healed the scar. But it had given her justice in her own way. She had taken back her power, piece by piece. Until nothing of Daniel and Lena's cruelty remained. Clara whispered to herself, the price of betrayal is always paid in full. And with that, she turned away from the storm. Outside, ready to begin a new chapter, free, fierce, and unbreakable.